Uh, Good day, everyone. Hello, guys. I want to use this opportunity to thank all the Nigerian youths for their effort in the end SARS and police brutality struggle in Nigeria back home. Um, it's a thing of joy that our youth have woken up, have come to the reality of life, appreciating the fact that we are Nigerians and coming together to make history amongst ourselves, amongst the youth in this generation. I want to commend them for their efforts so far, and with the fact that the struggle is still continuing, I encourage them to be steadfast. We'll do our best on the social media at every platform possible to do our own, to share information and also to conscientize and sensitize people on the need for a better Nigeria. If you ask me about my take on the whole issue, especially on the end SARS and police reform, yeah, it's good. It's a right step in the right direction, but it is the smallest of our problems. We have a enormous problem. We have a lot of problems. And all these include every sphere of our economy, every sphere of our polity, every sphere of our system. And if I'm not mistaken, even the standard of living of our people. Therefore, I will want to touch on certain areas um, which, if we end up reforming the police will have better station, better salary, everything good for the police force, nice cars, better policing system. Mind you, the South is struggling now, fighting for the betterment of the police force. The North is quiet. If you look at the Nigeria system of enlisting in jobs, you will see that even after this struggle, if they decide to make the police system standardized like the other countries of the world, what happens? How many Southerners who struggled, who are graduates, will be enlisted? The North always get the highest in terms of enlisting into the police, in the army, or in any form of civil service. Almost all the Nigerian security institutions are in the North. They will benefit from even this struggle. It's not bad for them to benefit from the struggle, despite the quiet and adamant in joining their counterparts in the southern part of Nigeria. And after the SARS issue, after the police reform issue, what happens to custom? It means we are going to take another 1 week or two to come to the street to say, no, let's end custom extortion. Do you see what custom is doing in the North? The North is porous and open. Rice is flowing into the Nigeria. Cars are being brought into Nigeria from other part of the North. Borders are closed in the South. The same custom. Double standard. What will a custom officer be doing in Benin? What will a custom officer be doing in Asaba? What will a custom officer be doing in Oshogbo when they are supposed to be in borders? They extort money from people who are traveling, customs embarking on checking points in Nigeria. I remember last year or so, a Nigerian who hasn't been home for over 25 years was bringing his bride home to show his parents. He got to Oluku. He was going to Benin. He got to Oluku and was killed. They say it was accidental discharge because he refused to give them 5,000. According to him, he's been giving 5,000 all the way from Lagos, coming 5,000, 5,000. He ran out of cash. He got to Oluku. He couldn't get the money to give and they killed him. Are we going to take to the street again for another 1 week or two? What happens when lecturers are extorting money from students? When our university are substandard, glorified poultry or piggeries, and at the end of the day, we take to the street for another 1 week or two, calling for end to poor university funding? What happened to INEC? When INEC rings election or perform against this, the expected standard, what happens? We take to the street again? For me, it's of no use going to the street every time. Once there's a problem, we go to the street. If you look at the INEC, it's not reliable. Apart, if not that the people in Benin stood to say, no, we want to see how the election will go. After voting, they waited and counted. They used their mobile phones and internet service to broadcast results. INEC's hands were bent. They couldn't ring the election. I will never glorify INEC on that election. It was the people's mandate. It was the people's will. It was the people's zeal that made that election successful. FEMA is an agency that maintains roads in Nigeria. How many roads do they maintain in the south? How many do they maintain in the north? Or do they even maintain roads? Another question. Man is attached in the name of road maintenance, and these same roads are death trap to people. Let us count how many people killed by SARS. How many people has been killed on the road? Too animals to count. At the end of the day, are we going to take to the street again, start demonstrating for an end to FEMA? Let us look at the ministries. How many people are employed in the ministries? Are they actually qualified? Quota system. They call it federal character. Edo, for instance, can bring 5 people in a ministry. Nasarawa can bring 15. Kaduna can bring 60. It doesn't make sense. Let's start using the most qualified. Look at NEPA. Are we still going to take to the street because of NEPA or National Assembly? The reason I'm asking this question is because there is a solution to Nigeria problem. We don't need to beat around the bush. We don't need to start shouting, no, we need to disintegrate. Oduduwa Republic. No, Oduduwa is a nation already. Biafra is a nation already. Arewa is a nation already. And even surprisingly, Bende or Midwest or Niger Delta is a nation of its own already. But the question is, will disintegration help Nigeria? It will not help us. We can be together. We can separately live together, like it is in other countries of the world. I don't want to mention America. It's a superpower. Minor countries, small countries, even poorer countries that are federal system and actually applying the federal character, federal system of government. We need restructuring. The holy book of the Bible have said that when a house is built on a shallow soil, it can never stand the test of time. Nigeria is built on a shallow soil. Nigeria is built on a pond. Nigeria is built on the wet mud. Nigeria is built on a shitty floor. It's a very surprising thing that none of our hero past is known even in other countries. Did our heroes past actually have the interest of the people at heart? That is the question. Tribalism is only an offshoot of the system. Tribalism itself is not the problem of Nigeria. The problem of Nigeria is its constitution. It is the most deceptive book which says we the people who. The military wrote the constitution and gave it to the civilian. Our military people trained in politics. They will tell you, no, they had a constitutional conference and whatever. No, it was their regime. We need a proper constitution upon which Nigeria shall be restructured. We must restructure Nigeria so that whether we operate in regional system or even the present system we operate in, everything must be decentralized. Only the military should be centralized. Education must be decentralized. The issue of concurrent, residual, and whatever list shouldn't come to play. The president should be the commander-in-chief of the armed forces and nothing more. States should be allowed to produce their resources, exploit their resources, and pay tax to the center, like it is in other federating countries. Nigeria said they are a federal republic, but it's never a federation. The states are still being enslaved. Apartheid everywhere. Institutionalized apartheid in Nigeria, which is very, very bad. The local government should be allowed to have their police, to have their hospital, to have their educational board, to have their whatever. States should also do the same thing, so that allegiance will only be given to the president in the center. We should be able to control our resources. The lines upon which our constitution was founded is the problem of Nigeria. How can the North produces solid mineral, sell those solid mineral, put the money in their pocket? But the petrol from my region, the petrol from my state belong to federal government. Stupidly enough, a northerner is given an oil well in my state. An emir owns an oil well in my state. An imam owns an oil well in my state. How many of the gold mines in the north are owned by a southerner? Doesn't make sense. Let us have resource control. That was the voice of those governors during Obasanjo, and that is the voice of the youth today. Resource control. Lagos should generate its money to fund its system, fund itself. Those should generate money. Whatever they want to sell, let them sell. Government should have a percentage of whatever they trade. The federal government should have a percentage of whatever that is traded, and they must do everything. How can president or a ministry in Abuja come and be making road in my village? It doesn't make sense. Elsewhere in the world, even Africa countries, you don't know how roads are made. Roads are not commissioned. Roads don't break before they are rehabilitated. You sleep in the evening, tractors are outside, caterpillars are outside, graders are outside. Before you wake up, you don't even know that the roads were removed and the new ones have been laid. Why is Nigeria's case different? We construct 1 kilometer road, we put ribbons and we commission. In the rainy season, the road is swept off. Roads without foundation. Does that make sense? Because they're in a hurry to go back to Abuja. Let us leave development in the hands of our local government chairman. Let's leave development in the hands of the governors. Resource control. When we have resource control, Nigeria will wake up. If you say, oh, what about the states that doesn't have resources? Because they know you have oil, they've not sat down to check what they have and what they can give. Human resources, human power is better than even natural resources. That is what China have. That is what Malaysia have. That is what South Korea have. That is why those countries are the best in the world. Please, let us wake up as Nigerians and let us scream. Let us cry. Let us crave and pray for restructuring. This demonstration by the youth has shown us that Nigeria can be one. Ofuism, like Azikiwe will say, from Lagos to Benin, Benin to Imo, Imo to Enugu, Enugu to Abuja, the youth have come in oneness. Why do we want to disintegrate? Don't split Nigeria. Let us unite and have a better country. A country we all will be proud of. A place, a home for our children, yet unborn, and the ones that we have already. A place they can call home. Let us restructure Nigeria. Let us collapse the system and start the rebuild of the system. It looks like it's going to be difficult. It looks like it's going to take a long time. But let us make hay when the sun shines. The army itself is being a problem. The politics they're playing with Boko Haram, the game they're playing with Boko Haram like a game of chess, no. Let us collapse the whole system and let us rebuild again. It is better to start now than never. The last administration of Goodluck Jonathan had a national conference upon which decisions were made, suggestions were made and presented to the government. And amongst such was resource control. Amongst decisions or recommendations were decentralization of our institutions. Let us wake up. All institution in Nigeria is gone. Go to the airport. The immigration is fucked, man. Immigration is finished. They collect bribe. They say it physically. They even beg you. If they don't find fault in your passport or in your luggage or whatever, they end up begging you, please give me something. What kind of a country is that? Where do we even start from? Where do we start from? Please, let us restructure Nigeria. Let us keep the flag flying. We shall do our best in every sense of it to support this struggle because we need to build a home for our children. We need to build a future for our children. We need to build a tomorrow for our unborn children. Let us lead with example. I will use this opportunity to urge the northern youths to come out of their shell, come out of the guise of tribalism. Let us see the need to unite with the southern youth, and let us save Nigeria. Thank you, and God bless.